Hello
and welcome to Ain't Got a Clue. I mean that was the American way of saying it. Got a clue.
Got a clue. Yeah, someone's getting on to me because I said I was talking about Jackass. You know that show, and I called it Jackass.
Can I just say
so
also
I'm being
this
very
is,
onto my American and English pronunciations.
Yes. Can I just say that is Marcus Bronzy, by the way.
Hey, how you doing? You all right?
And I'm Kae Kurd.
Yeah.
We've swapped places around, yeah. In the
if you're looking at the visuals,
yeah, if you're looking at the visual, and boy, I swear, just the view of the world is just different from this side, you know. I see why you're and it's so funny, yeah, because usually I'm the grumpy one and he's the happy one, and I just sense like that area's just got you grumpy.
the feng shui in this area of the studio. If you're hearing bear clanging around, by the way, it's because Kae and I are we're partaking in our lunch, because basically we're dedicated. The show's always going to come out to you, but sometimes we have to multitask because we're busy guys.
It's, of course, but also, and I just need to say another thing. Yeah, you see, Marcus. Yeah,
yo.
I don't know. This guy has access to every tech gadget you will ever imagine. He's just made me an espresso on this coffee machine, bro. This is better than downstairs, you know.
Send him for the coffee downstairs.
I'm gonna say it, bro. They got baristas making coffees called Alejandro and that, bro. But this is good.
It's not bad when it's fresh, innit? It's fresh.
What's this?
It's a Lavazza espresso machine, and what you're doing, Kay, is whilst you were drinking that coffee, you're saving the environment because the capsules for that are compostable.
Okay.
The machine itself is made out of 100% recycled plastics.
Do you have a video where this is all outlined?
Yeah, of course.
Where is it?
How to Kill an Hour on YouTube. How to Kill an Hour.
Go on How to Kill an Hour's YouTube. There you go. Right. Yeah. So you know what we're doing? We're
cross-pollinating.
Cross-pollinating content.
It's good practice for if we go to a different network, isn't it?
Ooh.
Network? No, I mean other networks do that. They do that. They cross-pollinate. You know, it's a good broadcasting technique. I'd like to do more of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cross-pollinating.
Anyway, someone was it Ali? Shout out Ali, who messaged me on. I've had two messages this week. That's just made me laugh. Ali messaged me the other day again because he saw my quote tweet about them installing a parklet near my house. And he was like, I know what's coming on the podcast this week. So shout out, Ali. I think I got it out in the tweets. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I
didn't see your tweets. Can you please realign me?
Okay. So, listeners of this podcast will be aware of the fact that recently near my yard, near my house, it has been subject to a low traffic neighborhood, an LTN.
Yes.
Now, my beef with this is not with LTNs in general, is with the location of this LTN.
Oh, so it's not all LTNs?
No. It's because this one is in an area where they've done it on a distributor road, which has caused the rest of South London to just be gridlocked, right? Now.
What's a distributor road? It kind of sounds like I know what it is, but to clarify.
So you've got A roads, then you've got distributor roads.
Okay,
So they distribute traffic, essentially.
Okay.
Right? So they almost ease traffic, but... You put in an LTN on a distributor road, what happens? There's nowhere for that traffic to be distributed, so therefore buses, whatever. I'm becoming a town planning expert, bro.
So the whole point of the road they've negated with this LTN.
Exactly. Now, Marcus, remember when I was moaning about socializing in the middle of the street?
Yep.
They have built a parklet at the junction.
What does it look like?
20 meters away from a petrol station. Not 20 meters, but it's literally like you turn right and the petrol station is literally there.
And can you describe the makeup of this?
Bro, it's honestly, apparently it's cost $5 brags, you know.
$5 back for what? I'll build it.
So, you know, if there's a parklet near where someone, like, you know, when like they you know where they like pedestrianize certain roads, like, but there's coffee shops and stuff around, and then they build a parklet. I'm all for that because I'm like, do you know what? It means we can grab a coffee and be like, oh, let's just sit here in it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Wonderful, bruv. They've put it in the middle of a residential street, bro. At the top of a residential street. The nearest coffee shop is a 10-minute walk.
This could backfire for them because historically in my area, parklets have been used for people who might want to consume beverages that are designed for the pubs and clubs.
You think?
On a bench at 2 p.m. and shout at me when I come home from school randomly. Hey! Just like that, yeah. Bun weed.
Or foxes.
Yeah.
Use it as a play. Like, right, this is nice, you know.
This is nice, you know.
We've got beds in that now.
Hey, this is all right. Look at this, man. So anyway, London's okay. We might stick around. That's actually what you're doing for foxes.
There are loads of foxes around my area. Like I don't know what's happened. Yeah, I mean, bring back fox hunting because these cunts. I'm joking. Let's not. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know. You know,
they're looking supercharged. I will say this: they are looking big now. The foxes used to look scrawny. Now they're looking like they're eating good. I swear, I even saw one of them go up to some scraps the other day, like some scraps of chicken, and because it was lots of bones, just walked away. Nah, that's all right. There's no breast, no side breast. Nah, not for me.
This ain't for me.
Not for me.
I need
not for me at all.
Looking at you like,
yeah,
right, big man. What you saying? You done with that? Done with that?
You done with that? Yeah. No, I've still got a bit more. Are you sure about that, bro?
No.
You know what? You have the rest.
I've seen foxes push over bins. Like the wheelie bins, they've pushed it over to try and get the goods inside.
They're not fucking stupid. They're not stupid. And you know what? That's all annoying, Kae.
Do you know what they are? They're as cunning as a fox.
They're as cunning as... they're as cunning as they are.
Do you know what I mean? Come on, mum.
But one thing, Kae, I will say, and I'm sorry, I'm eating, but guys, look, it's cool, man.
Is it though?
It is. It has to be. Well, people got some ASMR last Patreon episode anyway.
That brings me on to the other message.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But bro, like them fornicating at all times of night. I mean, I get it. Look, I get it. I get why evening is a better time for. I get why nighttime is a better time. It's a sexier time of the day.
Why is that? If in every thing in the animal kingdom,
it's just an intimate
just
time.
Nighttime.
Intimate
like,
time.
Nighttime, you're like,
yeah,
let's get it on.
Yeah, but foxes,
darling, nah.
Foxes
ain't good enough for your love, baby.
Foxes are pumping it out. Like the noise that they make is scary. One,
are you a loud lover?
Nah, I'm stoic. I'm stoic. I'm like a brick wall of stoicism. I'm a brick wall of stoicism. I'm just.
What do you mean?
I don't say. I just say I've arrived. That's what I say. I've arrived. That's it. I'm a brick wall of stoicism. You can't read me. I'm like Stonehenge.
You start thinking about the meaning of life at that point.
Maybe I'll say something like,
that was a great act of procreation.
Life is as good as the thoughts you make it. Be gone.
That's getting clipped up.
Foxes are just loud. Like, and you know what though? In the safari and stuff in the tropics, elephants, they're daytime lovers. They go for it. We see like even some of the monkeys in the rainforest, they go for it. But here, it's
quite jobless.
What jobless? You reckon?
Procreating during the day, it's quite jobless.
Yeah,
it's a jobless activity. What during the day? What you haven't got anything to do, bro? I can name 3 things you could do immediately. Like there's like 4 emails you need to send, bro. Like off the bat.
Always, yeah. It's always the case.
If you think like even if your inbox is all red, don't lie to yourself. You know there's like three emails you need to send, bro.
If I genuinely thought like that, I would never leave a computer. I'd have one on me at all times.
Well, you
in the form of a mobile phone. Yeah. You know what though? But that's great. And if that's the case, Kae, I want foxes. I hear Marcus Bronzy say, I am here for the fornicating of foxes during the day. Foxes, if you're listening to this podcast, because I feel like you could be, just get it out. Like, listen.
It's not serene enough for them.
They're shy.
I think a couple of them were in my garden once. They tried a thing. This was before we had a dog.
Yeah.
And they were trying a thing, and I opened the window, like, what the fuck you doing? Like, I remember saying that to them.
You spoke to them like humans.
In English, hey, what the fuck? And then they ran off.
Yeah.
But apparently it's because there's like spikes or something, and it digs into the mate.
So they have barbed penises. So to stop other people fornicating with their mate, I think they're stuck in there. So the noise we're hearing may be pleasure or it may be pain. And there's a thin line between those, depending on who you are.
Right,
unless you're stoic like me.
Do you like some pain?
I'm stoic, bruv. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. No one ever knows. Maybe I don't even know.
You don't even know if you enjoy certain things, do you?
The key to life is planting a tree that gives others shade. Be gone. There you go. That's my stoicism again.
Planting a tree that gives others shade.
Yeah. Oh, long after you were gone.
Do you know? Actually, planting a tree would have been better than a fucking parklet. If you want more nature and greenery.
Have you seen anyone hanging around this parklet yet?
No, bro. The only people I've seen are the construction people that were around it. And let me tell you, yeah, this is why I know the whole thing's a load of bullshit, because they're like, oh, we want people. We have a massive playing field on that road.
Yeah.
Like on one of the, like you turn left and there's a massive playing field. Football games happen on there. Like it's got actual full size goals on there.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, if you really wanted people to socialise, put the parklets there.
I'd be up for that. I'd be up for some socialising parklets over near where people actually socialise as well. Yeah. Makes kind of logical sense.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Little break after the footy to have your little orange slices. All right, we don't do orange slices. Little Lucasade, but whatever.
There's kids' football matches every Saturday and the parents are all just stood. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, anyway.
I think we've come to the realisation, Kay.
It's corruption. Corruption. Babylon is corrupt.
I just think I'm slowly realising this, and I'm part of this party as well. I'm not going to say Tory or Labour or Green, but I'm part of this party as well. We're all just working it out, bruv. We're all just working it out. And I think some people in situations, I'm happy to say in certain situations, I don't know. Like when I spoke last week in the episode, I said I didn't know what to eat, so I just had what someone else was having for dinner, right? A lot of people couldn't even admit that they didn't know what to do. So they have to be like, I'm a front runner, I'm a leader, here's what I'm going to do today. And that's what they're doing in politics sometimes, a lot of the time.
Even the name of our podcast suggests that we're not afraid of being wrong in it.
Exactly.
Anytime, like, I'm always like, correct me if I'm wrong, or but I mean, don't get to, I don't know, what did you just draw?
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, but like, I know, like, there's wrong. But let me just say something, right? You see in this country right now, right? Whether it is Tory, whether it is Labour or whatever, I have never known this country to be so devoid of talent when it comes to leadership, ever in my life. Even when you're seeing on the world stage currently with the multitude of issues that's going on, like the lack of leadership, the lack of statesman-like people that we have to speak out about humanitarian issues, to actually have some sort of backbone to fight any sort of, discrimination in this country, to actually just put their foot down and stamp out any sort of corruption, to actually have the gusto, the know-how to be like, do you know what, here's the issues at hand right now that we really need to tackle, and actually tackle them head on. I feel like we're being derailed by so much absolute bullshit that, like, there's so much simple things that could just happen, but there's such a lack of leadership in all aspects. Every party you look at, you're like, no, what are you talking about?
I think we just need someone to come along and just go, look, guys.
Half.
I understand. Yeah, half. I understand nothing right now because I've just had a look at the books, the proverbial books of politics in the UK, and it looks a bit fucked. Give me 2 years to unpick this, and then I can tell you just how fucked we are. Because it's simple, bro.
What would you do if you run Britain?
For starters, I'd be like, don't call me for 6 months.
What, no press conference?
No press conference, no calls, no nothing. I'm getting to the bottom of this right now, yeah? And I'm finding out where the fuckery is. You might not like the answer, but I'm going to bring you the fucking truth, yeah? Here's the truth. I'll deliver it to you in 6 months. My out of office is on, yeah? You might see me on a Sunday, relaxing, doing some family time. Don't try and spin it in the press. Everybody needs a bit of downtime because Monday to Saturday, I'm putting a flipping shift in. But I 100% think, bruv, everyone's trying to work it out. I'm learning this as I get older. When I was younger, when you were a kid, you'd look at adults and you'd be like, they've clocked it. They get what's going on. No one's clocked it. No, look, people know what's going on. People have a little path. But listen, no one really understands everything until right at the end. And guess what? It's too late then, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's part of life. Does that sound negative? It's not negative. That's a positive thought, by the way.
It's not positive.
Is it not positive? We're working it out. Let's get there. Make it exciting for yourself.
Really bode well with like confidence in this. I think it infantilizes all of us.
Oh, so that's why people prefer someone who's like, I might be a little bit racist, but at least I know what I'm doing. Exactly. Yes, my guy.
So the thing is, with Nigel Farage, for example.
So how did you know? Wow, Kay, man, you're just so plugged into me. Go on.
With Nigel Farage, for instance, he is. Listen, he's popular amongst this country, innit? That's not right. He got top 3 in I'm a Celeb.
Mad.
Top 3, right? Mad. He came 3rd behind Tony Bellew and Sam Thompson.
Shout out to Tony. He's really showing a different side of himself,
I've met Tony. I've worked with Sam and Tony. And Sam's a nice guy. Tony's a nice guy. So couldn't be a better job.
But with Tony, I think because of his persona, his accent, and I'm not even taking the piss, Liverpudlian accent, his persona, his hard man looks, the fact that we didn't get to hear much of him, I had an opinion of him that has been swayed by seeing him on celebrity TV. I feel like there's so much more depth to him. He's a lovely person on the inside. He has his demons, has his problems. He doesn't glorify them as much as other people do. He's someone I'd like to have a cup of tea with like I'd like to sit down with him and just have a chat about life with. I feel like he's learnt some stuff in life. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like there's a lot of. I mean, most people are like that, bro. You get them sat down. But here,
Some people are. Let me stop you there.
Yeah,
some people are absolutely lovely, and when the cameras are off and no one's around, they are horrible. They are absolutely horrid. I might be one of those people. Don't get into I ain't got a clue. Cameras are off. I'm like, fuck this shit, bruv. No, I'm just but like there are certain people I've met.
I can confirm.
Hey, you think Kae's bad on the pod. But like there's certain people I've met and I've been like, right, you really are an energy drain out the room, man. You poor sod, do you know what I mean? But anyway, no, I just want to say once again, like Tony, do you know what, Kae? Let's get him on the show.
Yeah, well,
I'd love to get him on the show. Let's get him on the show.
What I was gonna say about Farage, people like Farage, right?
Yeah.
I prefer people like Farage than people that hide it.
Yeah?
Like Farage is like, there's too many people that aren't British in this country. And at least I know where you stand. He's principled. Even if it's not the principles that I agree with, I respect people with principles.
So you're saying because he's not trying to stab you in the back with lies?
100%.
You trust him. Do you know what I mean?
At least I know where he stands.
You know where he stands.
At least I know where he stands. When he goes, well, there you are. I know what he's talking about, right? Whereas other people will go, no, and then, like, for example, if we're talking about the opposition currently, they don't have a backbone to, get rid of any sort of Tory policy properly. Like, they don't oppose anything. They don't come up with an actual alternative to anything that they're coming up with. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll abstain. What the fuck are you talking about, bruv?
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, if you're in politics, I think, look. The average civilian, they have a reason to abstain from voting. I wouldn't suggest it, but it's a thing to do. But when you actually work in politics, imagine that. You call a plumber around and he just looks at a broken pipe and goes, nah, not for me. What? No, you're a plumber.
Yeah, to be fair, there's some of them that do that.
Yeah. No, you know what? It depends how much depends on the damage that you've done to the toilet you're sent to fix. Walking in, I'm not touching that, bruv. But yeah, if you work in politics, I absolutely think you have to get involved, man. It is your literal job. Can you imagine us coming to the podcast and just being like, I don't really feel like talking today. No, that's not how it works, bruv. Do your primary thing, which as long as our mouths are moving and noise is coming out of it, we're at least 90% of the way with this podcast.
That was Roy Keane. That's your job.
That's your job. It's your job.
You know the funniest thing? They got Dynamo to do some tricks, Dynamo the Magician. By the way, you see Dynamo? Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen him do magic in real life?
His sleight of hand's pretty good.
Bro?
It's pretty good.
It's not sleight of hand.
What do you mean?
That guy's a wizard.
Okay, cool.
Bro, magic exists.
Okay, well, we know...
you're Nigerian, bro.
We know why you think this. I know why you think this exists, Kae.
Bro, you're Nigerian. You can't discredit magic.
That's not how it works, for starters, with your racial stereotype.
And also, not a racial stereotype, right?
Well, it is, Kae. It is, Kae. When you start a sentence with "you're Nigerian," that's a racial stereotype. Man, did we just do us a favour? Yeah, I'll do a little sound effect. Rewind 30 seconds. Have a listen again, and have a listen again. You are ripe for politics. You are ripe for politics. Anyway, go on, carry on. I'll let you finish while I enjoy the rest of this lovely rap.
You're telling me you don't believe in magic? Every Nigerian I know has believed in magic.
Another stereotype. Every Nigerian you've met, you've gone, hello.
To be fair, I'm doing this for comic effect.
Yeah, of course.
No, but Dynamo is magic, bro.
More magic than the game you've been playing recently.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like you got magic on the mind, Kae.
He is Dynamo. Yeah, I saw this brother. Someone wrote a number on a piece of paper, and he put this number on a piece of paper onto a £10 note, and it was in the same handwriting.
Wow. Were you there in the room?
Yeah, I was writing, like I was there.
And
bro.
You know the person who did the writing?
No, I didn't know the person. But
did anyone else know the person who did the writing?
Yeah. It was just like some random, like it was at Laughing Boy back in the day, and I was just like, I saw that, and then he put like, there was like a 5p. Someone bought a 5p out of their pocket, and he put the 5p in the 50p. Yeah, like that same 5p he put in the 50p, bruv. Like it was. I'm sure it's very good sleight of hand.
I love that. I love seeing it. It's amazing, but it's not real, though, isn't it? It's not real.
Nah, it's real, bro. There was no Photoshop there, bro. I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, that guy is a wizard. Anyway, he was doing some stuff with Roy Keane and them lot, and they were like, "That's amazing." And then Roy Keane has a joke because every time he's ever done anything, he goes, "That's his joke." Yeah, that's his job. And And he's
I like
that. No, I'm joking.
I like Rakeem for that, man.
It was funny, but yeah. Anyway, let's not get too serious with the politics talk.
It's all right. We're talking about
deep into it.
We're talking about magic. Now, for me, look, we'll bookend it like this, Kae. Like, look, yeah. I will say this though, Kae. You say you prefer someone who's straight, yeah, cool, and like not like not deceiving with their opinion. I'm with you on that. I still would prefer someone who's like that, that's just not racist though. Like, I'm there with my fingers crossed, like one day we'll have someone who's a straight talker, doesn't fuck around, but isn't racist.
But would it not hurt you even more if you found out someone was racist after the fact that they got in?
Of course it would.
Exactly.
But I just want I get that. I want a straight talker with a backbone. I just want him to not be racist. Like, why does it have to come bundled? I don't want that bundled deal. I don't want movies and sport at the same time. I want one or the other, innit? You're giving me mad thrillers, yeah, with this ridiculous behaviour, and I'm getting a sports package with racism. That's basically what I'm saying.
I see.
Unbundle that for me, please. If that makes sense, if you know what I mean. If you've got Sky TV, you know what I mean.
I think if you're racist though, you sort of got to double down on it. That's what makes it principled, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's scared? Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. But
so you can't be like half racist.
A bit racist. You can't be like half racist.
If you're racist, you got to be fully.
You got to be proper racist. You can't be like. You can't have a soupçon of racism. You have to be like marinated in that.
Yeah. I can't be like quelled by any argument.
Yeah, like, you can't be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I got to be like, nah, fuck you lot, innit?
But what scares me about it, and we will get out of it. All right, I'll give it like one more minute. We'll get out of it, right? But what scares me is how wrong you are. And how strong you are at the same time. You're defining wrong and strong. Like, that's what it is. If you're racist, you're wrong. You're wrong to be racist.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially for somebody like yourself, that's like a product of...
I am.
Like, interracial, like, do you know what I mean? Like, what would you call it? Bonding and mixing and that kind of thing. Like, yeah.
Well, yeah, my dad's black, my mum's white. No, you're right.
It's like a positive outcome of that sort of... concept.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I get what he's trying to say. Like, I think what it is I am a mixture of two races. I know some people are not comfortable with the words I am with whatever. I'm a mixture of two races. So for me, anyone who has a problem or wants any kind of like segregation in any way on either side, I have to have a problem with that. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't exist. So it doesn't make any sense. So unless I want to live in a cognitive dissonance where that's cool, and I do in some ways, but we'll talk about that another time. That's cool. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm there saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, you fool?
Here's a question. How do you feel about positive discrimination?
When I was younger, I used to find it funny because I had a mate's dad from Ipswich who he was from Ipswich, and his dad used to absolutely be like, oh, hello, hi Marcus, come in, how you doing? I'm exaggerating, I've got the hot sauce for you for dinner tonight. No worry, I've got some like, he was positively racist, yeah? I found that funny when I was younger. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He'd be like, for example, Dave would come over, oh, hi Dave, how you doing? How's your mum? How's whatever, John? Hey, Marcus, how you? Marcus, how's the family? How's your dad? Very good. Make sure you tell him I said hello. All right, like that kind of stuff. That was funny to me, and I think I didn't take any bad away from it. Obviously, bit weird, but looking back at it, but yeah, that was a funny story. Shout out to my, you know who you are. Shout out to you, Badge. You know you are, bruv. For your pops for that positive racism. So there were people like that.
I meant because you said you don't like segregation. When I say positive discrimination, I meant in terms of like. You know when people say this is a space that's only for X, Y, and Z race or X, Y, and Z gender, or...
That's not positive though, is it?
That's the term that they use to describe it. It's called positive discrimination.
Well, that's not... That makes sense. If it's only for someone, that's not positive. If you're making a safe space for somebody to develop and grow and get opportunities that they couldn't have beforehand, then I'm all for it. But there's a thin line, and I think it's a case-by-case scenario.
When they say safe space.
Well, I don't know if I understand that, but like, for me, it's case by case. For me, it's case by case. I have to look at it, but I feel like I definitely am for spaces developed to help give people opportunities that they haven't had in the past. I'm 100% for that. That's great. Yeah. I'm always there for that because we need that. We always will need that because of the great difference in opportunities that are available because of people's backgrounds in this country specifically. So I'm here for it. Simple. I mean, I don't know, like positive racism doesn't, I don't know.
See what I mean? There's something about that chair. There's something about that chair.
What? What? Oh, what?
You're opinionated one today.
Do you know what? It is what it is.
I like it. It's
what it is.
The energy on that side of the room, yeah. It gives off something different. Like, okay, you're coming in today, opinions flying off left, right, and another thing.
It's just logic though. For me, it's just logical though, innit? It's like some of this. I think some people struggle to get their head around it. For me, it's life, innit? Like I am of a mixed heritage, innit? Like so, like I said, cognitive dissonance. I don't feel like I don't feel like a half. Yeah, I'm not a half of anything, bruv. Like I have a mixture, a vast mixture of cultures. Did you ever read
that poem called Half Caste?
Yeah, I did.
So it was one poem that I always used to love.
We studied it at school.
What do you mean half caste?
Yeah. We studied it at school, or like people.
Yeah, that's why everybody
half breed, half bake, all that kind of stuff.
Fuck off! You were called half breed.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah.
By who?
Both sides of people said that. I've had to address that. Like, listen. Yeah, alongside
that must have been when you were younger.
I would say now in my adult life, I think I've been called nigger less times and half breed and all that. I don't think anyone's been using them words on me.
Wait. People have called you the N-word.
Not in my life. Of course. What in like a discriminatory way?
Yeah.
Of course. Why are you surprised?
I don't know, bruv, because
you don't think I've had to get into fights? Yeah, of course.
I do, but I can't imagine like that happening to you in London.
There were NF people on road in London back in the day.
I'm talking about, so it was when you were younger.
Yeah, when I was younger. Yeah, in my adult life, there's been definitely a waning of that happening, and hopefully that's what I meant. Hopefully that society becoming a bit better with itself.
Because I thought if it was like this year or last year or whatever, I was like, what?
Nah.
Where was the phone call? I don't I don't recorded it. I wouldn't have fight.
Yeah, world star. Yeah, racist get slapped up on train, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man. Nah, all that kind of stuff. But all that stuff is happened. Let's just hope that less of that.
I got called a P word back in the day, and I was never even offended because I was like
wrong race.
Essentially, no. I was like, oh, your racism's just wrong. But it wasn't even just that. It was the fact that I didn't realize it was racist. Yeah. When I was like 10 years old, I think it was 9 or 10 years old.
I still think that there are people, I still know there are people in the UK that could not distinguish your heritage at all. They would have no awareness. They'd probably say, they'd probably say Indian, Pakistan, and then that they wouldn't even, they would just brush.
I have had every nationality. Yeah. I think similar to yourself. Yeah. From South American all the way to Afghan. Yeah. Like literally everything in Europe as well, are you Sicilian?
Yeah,
Spanish, Portuguese, no.
If you start throwing the accent around, you can't. People
will come up to me speaking Portuguese to me before on the train, and I'll be like, "Rube, Rube, calm down."
Yeah, just hold up a Kurdish flag in their face.
But real talk though, if I put like your picture or my picture, and we just put a flag next to it, right?
Yeah.
Who's really saying?
No one's saying anything to me. I used to do
Marcus Brazilian.
Yeah, I used to do extras work, right? When I was getting into like entertainment, and I was doing I didn't end up doing the final shoot because I had radio. I think I was getting into radio. But I had to be like a guard in some show wearing like, could you imagine, like I'd never even got to costume. I was meant to wear like the gold. Just imagine some guards in a show in the background in a foreign country. Yeah. In some kind of unknown country that never existed. Like imagine like a Doctor Who episode or some sci-fi show, whatever. And all of the people they cast looked kind of similar in terms of their stature, their skin color, whatever, because you wanted the guards to look off the same place. All Brazilian brothers.
And you
walk into the room. These men are just talking to me, and I'm like, sorry, man, I'm not Brazilian. Oh, you didn't learn the language. But which side of your family does the I'm like, no, I'm not Brazilian at all.
They're all like, to the bank, and you're like, hello, awfully
hi.
Sorry.
Yeah. What's going on, bro? But yeah, I felt buff though, you know. Brazilian. I was like, I felt buff.
This is the thing. This is how mad people's perceptions are.
It's funny, isn't it?
If I put a Brazilian flag by you, this would be great to do as an experiment as well, by the way. If I put a Brazilian flag by you and then I put, like, for example, a Moroccan flag by you, and see how that changes people's perception about how attractive you are.
Of course, 100%. I think back in the day, not even back in the day.
It's just how people are demonized, isn't it? Yeah.
People do it now. People kind of just have, like we said for a joke there, Brazilian, I felt buff or whatever, or like the Italian people have this thing about they're sexy. You get me? Italian people, sexy. French people have whatever. Like German people, serious, very functional, whatever. We have it, yeah. And I think I'm happy for there to be like a little bit of fun around stuff like that, but you can't really think that that's serious though. Do you know what I mean? And I think some people actually think, "Raw man, Kae Kurd's actually Italian, you know. I kind of like him." Like, what the? How does that even work?
I think if you got like, I think it would be, excuse me, it would be an interesting experiment to do if you had like, if you saw like, if you got like 1,000 people and then you got another 1,000 people, with like, and then go, oh, this is whatever, and see how many people choose you just because.
Yeah. And do a third experiment where you play Bear Burner Boy in the background with a Nigerian flag next to me and watch how the numbers just rocket because Nigeria's on right now, bruv. Yeah.
But yeah, that's mad.
Anyway,
shout out Benjamin Zephaniah, by the way.
Yes. R.I.P. Thank you for everything you've done for raising questions and giving people perspective that they never had in the past.
You know the reason I've personally, and I tweeted this.
Yeah.
When I was in year 7, I remember going into the library and I was picking up books, as you do. I used to be a big reader, you know. What happened? Then until my attention span got like fucking decimated. I was a massive reader.
Social media. Yeah.
And then I picked up a book about Benjamin Zephaniah and I was scrolling through it. Then randomly I saw a poem about Kurdish people. And it was the first time in my life I felt seen, bruv. And I was like, oh shit, this is like, right, this is about me kind of thing. And I remember taking out the book, showing my parents, I was like, right, we're in a kind of thing. It was mad because like whenever like you're in the library and you saw a book about like your people, you're kind of like, oh shit, like, and I remember seeing that and I was just like, fucking, and I loved him to that day. And obviously as you grow older, you find out certain things about, even more about him and what he was about and everything. Do you know what I mean? And going through what he did, I mean, growing up in Birmingham wasn't easy for anybody.
I mean,
even now,
what I liked about him is,
honestly, like, jokes aside, like, honestly, like, that was, it was incredible. So R.I.P.
Yeah, man. What I liked is his nuance for he argument is, I don't feel like he argued. I feel like he'd lay down a set of points that would kind of paint a picture where people kind of go, oh, that was his way of conversation was very nice. Like, I don't think I have that patience all the time, but he seems to have this patience. Remember, he was just put in front of person after person.
You know what you got to do in arguments?
Person.
You know what you've got to do in arguments, innit? You just got to, and people like intelligent people like him, they really know how to do something, right? So say like you're just shouting off or whatever, like whatever. Say you're like, I don't know,
Farage, isn't it? Might as well give
Greg's Yum Yums are the best, yeah. And I calm you down and be like, you know, desserts, where desserts came from, right? And then they go like, give you a history about desserts and blah 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 blah, and then they go, the original dessert was actually a cake, and then they go, that is why for me cake is the best dessert. And then you know when they've just got you, right? Because they've given you a 5-minute lecture about the history or something, and then go, and then you're like, right, well, man can't really argue about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you man smashed it.
I like cake now. Yeah, I get it, man. I just feel like there's a nuance between conversation. I know me and Kae are quite shouty a lot of the time, but there's a nuance as an adult to have a conversation with somebody where you make a point.
In that with me, so I wouldn't be demonized.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, look, but I mean, maybe that's
now
why
you're on that side of the room. It's a bit
I mean, I just thought we'd just smash up the microphones evenly, innit? This one's had it for 60 or 100 episodes, so if we balance the books, you know.
Hey.
But yeah, man, there's a nuance to conversation, and I think he really had it, because there's a lot of people that have the same opinion as him, but they're not as eloquent, and they're not able to express themselves. They're not able to write things. They're not able to speak. They're not able to communicate in a way that touches people like that. And it's a shame that again, like we've done with loads of people, and we're all guilty of this. We're only talking about this guy when he's not around. We need to talk about these people when they're here more, man. We need to celebrate these people when they're here more, because these people, listen, these are the people that are really making change, because they're making change not on paper necessarily, they're not making mad dough, but they're making changes in your mind. There's still stuff that you listen to. There's even his conversation when he talks about refusing OB or MB or whatever it is. His conversation behind that is such a fascinating listen compared to when other people have turned these awards down or accepted these awards, because there are some people still who are activists, but they'll accept the award for whatever is their own. But the way he talks about it is just so clear.
Do you know why? Because as soon as you see those 3 letters by your name, the price goes up.
Yeah.
That's the real one. Yeah. That's the long and short of it, bruv. Like, when you go into a room or as an after dinner speaker or you go somewhere, this moment people see OBE or MBE after your name, your price, it's like saying BAFTA winner, and then your price goes up a little as well, bruv.
Even a BAFTA nominee, award nominee. So what if you put refuse the MBE?
Does
it bang the same way?
Do you know what? Because, bruv,
slapped a man at the Oscars is the only guy that I really think has managed to managed to twist that.
When you're part of the establishment, and that makes you part of the establishment, right?
Yeah.
Your price goes up if you're part of the establishment. Being on the outskirts doesn't really pay as much dividends because the people don't have the might and power of the establishment in the short term. In the long term, you might get the love and whatever, but I mean,
that doesn't put food on the table.
Don't put food on the table.
Do you think that Will, after the slap, did that add some juice to the conversation? I mean, after all the aftermath, do you think he's now still going to be like, I'm the only brother that slapped a man at the Oscars, slapped a man and picked up an Oscar?
I think
or do you think that forever?
100%. Yeah. He regrets it.
Yeah.
I think also, never lose your composure in it.
I'm very good at that.
Never. No, I know you are. Because I know if that would happen to you, what you would have done is at a break, you'd have gone up to him and you'd have grabbed his shoulder, like tightly, that bit near the neck kind of thing.
Yeah, the Vulcan neck.
And
pinch.
you'd have been
my Star Trek gang.
And you'd have been smiling as you were saying it to him. You'd have been like, yeah, you know that joke, yeah? That was funny. But if you ever fucking do that again, you see how I'm holding you now? It'll be twice as hard and I'll be wringing your neck around. Anyway, well done. Keep going. And then he'd have been shook out of his mind. But that's like, I know that's how you'd have dealt with it.
Yeah, man.
You'd have put it on him in such a passive aggressive way, but it would have had him terrified in his mind.
Bro, I'm so late to this party with this train of thought. A guy really got up on stage and slapped the host of the Oscars during the Oscars and sat back down, then won an award. I know that this is old news by now, but bro, that is fucking out of this world. It's just hit me again.
When you're already divorced with your wife or separated to your wife as well.
And there's all of that stuff as well. Do you know what, Will?
Anyway,
you let me down that day, and I know we've bust a couple jokes about it just now, but look, you let me down that day. Just make sure you look after yourself, bruv. If you're listening to this, bro, just look. Think Big K. You might be listening, bruv. Just make sure you come first because we're worried about you, bruv. Yeah, we're worried about you, bro.
Do you know one thing though? Yeah, I realized something was wrong when he started a YouTube channel, and I was like, I don't want to see Will Smith start a YouTube channel.
You don't want a YouTube channel for him, no?
Nah, man. He was all. I realized there was something wrong when he was like skydiving and trying to stand up and everything. I was like, this guy is going through something, bruv.
It gives,
and I remember, I think I was on this podcast going, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?"
It does give, because I will be there soon. It does give midlife crisis energy.
So, just a little, man, and then he's like, "Wow, man, Anyway,
but then
you didn't realize someone like him, a real life demon, though, did you?
Yeah. But for someone like him, who's experienced, bruv, I can't even comprehend. My man has experienced levels that I couldn't even comprehend, and he could do anything he wanted for a long time. What does that do to your mind? And you've never skydived. I feel like I would have ticked that off years ago, bruv.
Have you skydived?
I've not skydived yet. I'd like to do that. I've done bungee jumping. I don't think I'll ever bungee jump again, but I would like to skydive.
Bungee jumping is the one I'm like, no. Do you know what I was thinking about? Because I saw, I was watching I'm a Celeb this season, and then I saw the snakes getting in the ting with Farage, and I was just like, I don't know about that one, you know.
And also the eating stuff, bruv. It used to be a little bit more palatable, like one of those grubs or whatever, but now it's getting wild, bruv. It's like putrefied.
No, it was camel toe. It was like pig's vagina, all of that sort of stuff. It's mad. Do
you know what's mad as well? You know, if you're eating a pig's vagina, right? You know that you're eating something that's been laced as well a few times as well, because they be breeding pigs, and you're also eating some pig dick at the same time, bruv. You're like eating pig's vagina.
Sam had to eat a pig's vagina, and then he had to eat fucking, what was it? Oh, a camel's dick or something as well.
A pig pum pum.
Camel's dick.
That is
Camel's dick is mad, bruv.
I don't even think those things. I don't even think those things. Exist. I guess I don't think that they exist. I don't think they taste disgusting. I think they pick it because it's like, bruv, we're actually there. We're in the future where we're just paying. We are paying to watch people eat the penis of a fucking camel for entertainment. That's wild.
You often though, sometimes you look at it, and you're like, why do we prioritize some parts of the animal to others anyway.
What, for food?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's probably a little bit more protein in a loin or whatever like that. That's not so close. Yeah, or I'll take the steak. I'll take the steak cut. Yeah, I'll take the rump. Yeah, I know rump's got some good proteins in it. If you're eating a steak or whatever, I don't know if the crutches is gonna be packing the most protein. Who knows?
All right. Well, on a more positive note, right? We're coming towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
What are some other highlights been for you personally and professionally, or just in the world as well?
I think personally, a highlight of the year has been I've managed to shift, like you have, that COVID weight that we had. And I've did it in a way that was, people think I'm joking. Let me share, look, people.
Where I was able to show my arms off
if you're struggling, it's not about the arms. If you're struggling with weight, if you're struggling with any target in life, I relearned this lesson and I need to retell myself this all the time. I've put a little bit back on over the last couple of weeks. It's all good though. For me, and this isn't necessary, Kae's different because Kae's a bit more beast mode. For me, lower the fucking bar for yourself. Yeah? You are not an athlete.
Don't try hard.
I'm not an athlete. Kae's not an athlete. Lower the bar.
Whoa.
Get in the gym.
The collateral damage. The crossfire. At least let me act like an athlete sometimes. Jesus.
Like literally. Yeah, no, literally. Just set the bar low. So for me.
You mean professionally we're not athletes? That's what you mean.
No, professionally, we're fucking, mate. We're Premier League, bro. I'm up there with him.
No, but as in like...
Yeah. What, comedy? Yeah, up there with him. Yeah, podcast, up there with him. What, British Podcast Award winning, yeah? What? Shut up, bro.
No, but as in like... brother, I reckon I could go
put the BPA after my name. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Actually, this is something funny, right? Like, me and my brother were talking about this, but like, I actually think I could go toe-to-toe with some athletes. And it goes
okay, we'll get right back over to that. Let me process that while I give you the tip. Right. Before we go into the world of fantasy for the end of the podcast,
you're gonna give me the whoa.
I'm talking to the listener, so you lot can all press the button on your phone that corresponds with what I just said. Right, so set the bar low. Just go in and do a little bit. Listen, if you increase the amount you ran by 10 meters every day, yeah, that would be winning. A significant run at the end of the year. Start your run at doing a 10-meter run. Run to the fucking end of your road. Yeah, and run to the end of your road and run back. Don't go for your couch to 5K and start by running 2K so you hate it. And also, if you're doing every single day a little bit, you can afford to take a couple of days off. That's how I've got into good shape. And for me, it's not about me trying to get into some Olympic bodybuilding, lifting the whole gym thing. It's getting in, lifting the weight. Sometimes if I don't feel up for it, I'll lift a little bit less. If I feel a bit stronger, I'll lift a little bit more. If I'm tired, I'll take a day off.
That was me yesterday. I was like, I don't want to go. I went.
Yeah.
And I felt better for it afterwards.
But sometimes, Kae, if you don't want to go, don't go.
Yeah, but don't compensate it by eating apple crumble with custard.
Go. And if you eat apple crumble and custard, maybe go afterwards. When it all carbs get into you, work that out. Also, walking. I've done a lot of walking, which has helped me. And also, and then what happens is when you start losing weight, it takes like 4 weeks for you to notice, 8 weeks for some people to notice, 12 weeks for everyone to notice. At 12 weeks, people are going to start giving you fucking advice on how to lose weight when you've already lost weight. Don't listen to them. Just keep doing what you're doing, innit? Take your time, and it gets harder as you go along. Keep doing it.
What about professionally?
Professionally, now this is where I hand over to you, the athlete. Professionally, I think we've had really good fun on the podcast this year. Professionally, it's been nice to step out on stage and warm up a crowd before announcing my friends selling out the Eventim Apollo. That was nice as well. That was a really good experience.
Thank you.
In terms of my professionalism as well, I feel like I've got into a space now where I'm creating content that I like. I'm enjoying it. I've proven to myself this year that when I'm myself, fuck what everyone says.
Jeez.
When I'm myself and I'm silly, because I'm silly. I'm not saying I'm funny. Kae's the funny one. I'm silly, as in I do something and I find it funny. That has resulted in some of the best work, not just for me, but for everyone around me as well. Like I've done some stuff. It's ended up with me doing stuff with you and like the rest of our label and stuff like that. So I'm happy to embrace my foolishness. But also what I've learned as well is I need to do less because I'm feeling fucking tired, bro. Yeah. So this year. Anyway, over to you, bro.
Personally?
I wonder. What is Kae?
No, professionally, obviously. Selling out the Apollo, great tour.
And the rest of the tour as well must have been
That's
nice.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Personally, this is... do you know what I will say? Is I've made a lot more time to do things with friends when I've had the time. Obviously, I've been so busy. But I'm starting to learn a lot more how important it is to actually just sit down and do certain things without feeling guilty about it. I used to do things and go, oh, I should be working. I should be working. I should be doing this. I should be doing... And I felt like, oh no, what is the point of life if I can't enjoy it? So I've just been trying to enjoy myself a bit more. And that thing. One thing I was gonna say though, yeah, when I was saying I'll go to with the athlete as a joke, right? But my brother saw a TikTok and we had a conversation about this, right?
Yeah.
He's like, there was this TikTok where they were asking men and women, do you reckon you can fly a plane? Right? Like, say if like there's a mad thing and like you're on a plane, do you reckon you can fly a plane? All the women were like, nah, like
all the guys.
All the men, they were like, smart. Yeah, fuck it, I'll give it a go.
Can't be that hard. If there isn't,
and I wanted to ask you,
you should have asked me first, but that is great. But if there is a gender defining question to show the difference between the way men and women think nowadays,
or how
that
we're
is
conditioned
perfect.
to think.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is very representative of how we bring up men and women, where the amount of times we tell girls or women that you can't do that, that's not right, or whatever. Yeah. Or it might be the thing that women are just more sensible.
Fucking yeah.
But I feel like
I think you're right. I think I may have read somewhere, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. This is not a super factoid. I think it's as well as a man having being a man and a woman being a woman, but I think that's one of the reasons men perform better in certain interviews is they gas it a bit. So
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So like if you, it's like sometimes you might look at a job description and go, yeah, fuck it, might as well.
Every job,
and you know you're not even
might have. Every job I've got, I've said I can do it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Well, how have I been ready for any? How can I be ready for a fucking job there is no actual degree in, bruv? There's no lesson teaching me how to use the systems at the BBC, bruv. I just had to say, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner.
Yeah, I'm a quick learner. Yeah, I can do
what?
that.
Editing?
Yeah.
But I remember I was an intern at Radio 1 next year.
Yeah.
I hadn't picked up a single bit of editing software in my life, bruv.
Yeah.
Tell me why I was doing trails after a week.
There you go. Some people like it's a hard day at the office. All I'm saying is, bruv, just do the trails, innit? Do the trails quick.
Let me tell you, there was a funny thing. I remember watching an Andrew Schultz interview and he was talking about how he got his brethren to, they were selling this thing to Netflix, right? And they were like, oh, it has to be done on Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
And he's like, he walks in on his brethren, editing it, and he's got tutorials open about Premiere Pro, and he's like, yo, brother, do you want me to like pay for like a class or something? He's like, no, I got this. And I was like, that is man them.
Yeah, he's lucky. He's lucky to find a guy like that. See people like that. They are the stones in your Thanos glove, bruv. Yeah, you need them kind of people around you. That are like,
you know how mad that is, bro. Like, but I feel like we're kind of like that as well. Where it's like,
do you know what? I'm almost now at a stage now. If you don't behave like that, I'm disappointed. If you got the internet there, bruv. Listen, I probably could do minor surgery now if I needed to. Minor surgery. Just give me enough YouTube. Give me enough time. Wait. I'm cracking on. Minor surgery.
What stitches do I need?
Yeah.
What? Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I reckon.
Yeah, hold tight.
But I
need medicinal grade alcohol. Whoa, absolutely. Because that sounds medicinal. Yeah.
When it goes through your chest.
Yeah. So what? I have to give him. So do I pour it on the wound or in his mouth? I don't know. But yeah. So
could you fly a plane?
Yes. I've done Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got flight time of 8 hours. And I feel like do you know what? There is a story someone recently who did used to use that, and then the plane was going down and he used it to keep it up.
Let me tell you
land it.
I'll give you a bit of leeway.
Yeah.
I reckon I could fly the plane.
Yeah.
Landing it.
Yeah.
Might be the challenge.
Yeah.
Might be. Look at me.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Yeah. But I feel like we'll just go, yeah, fuck it, I'll just do it.
Yeah, man. There's no job I've gone for.
How hard can it be?
Well, a person can do it, right?
Man have started running the country by saying, how hard can it be?
Yeah, literally. Look, if a person can do it, I can do it.
If man say him a thing,
him a pilot.
So this is a message to all our women listeners. Just do it, innit? Like, if matter, why not?
Yeah, man.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
Listen, we can't change the divide and the sexism, but we can you can step up and you can flex a little bit. Like, yeah, I can do that. But listen, YouTube is going to give you the way. If you can think it, YouTube has the video on it.
Can I just say though, I reckon I could fly a plane better than I could drive a lorry.
Reckon? Lorries are serious.
Lorries are hard. I will say a lorry is harder than driving a plane.
Do you know certain size lorry?
No, bro. I'm not talking about a Boeing 747.
Yeah, that's.
I'm talking about a small plane.
Okay, so a plane that is smaller than a truck than a lorry, than an 18-wheeler. Like
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Brother, you in London,
I would.
got a
Do you know
turn.
what? I wouldn't even want that responsibility because a big truck like that is bro. Oh, literally, yesterday I was walking past the studio and not a lorry, a big van tried to take a corner too tight and skidded its back and went skidded out. It almost hit another car, and I was thinking, I don't even want to drive that, bruv. That's too much pressure.
That's what I'm saying. Even the ones that you see like a Curry's van or something.
Oh yeah.
Do you see how they like reversing it and they're like, dude, anything that's got that dude on it, yeah. I can't drive it like that.
You know those trucks, when you start them up, some of them have breathalyzers on them. You have to breathalyze it, otherwise the truck won't start. And you have to, and you turn the truck on and it won't move for 20 minutes or whatever. And within those 20 minutes, you have to do all the checks to drive it because they're so fucking dangerous, bro.
And you're telling me a plane ain't easier than that? But
I believe there's a little.
I think
747.
But just get the thing, go
autopilot. Press that.
Cool. Well, but what you think is a joke though? All you need to go is traffic control. We are coming through to. How could it be? But with a van? Nah, what big lorry?
Yeah,
that is long.
I feel a little bit like that with trains and buses. I'd rather be a train driver than a bus driver. Train driver, you never have to talk to anyone. You don't have to address. All right, it's one way in it. Sorry guys, there's a signal failure. We're going to be here for 10 minutes. You don't have to talk to anyone.
Let me tell you, train driving. Piece of piss.
I mean, do you have to steer?
Let me tell
you.
Really. Some of my brethren that I went to school with are train drivers. Yeah.
And what are they saying?
Let me tell you. We can drive a train.
Okay. Are they listening to podcasts while they're riding? If you are, shout out to you.
One of them is my DJ, right?
Okay.
Let me tell you. Yeah. No, well, actually, both of the guys that were DJing for me are train drivers.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to hit them up, man.
Let me tell you.
Hey, give me some work, bro.
Let me tell you, bruv. I know my brethren's in it, and I'm like, if you can drive a train, I can 100% drive.
It's not a bad gig though, is it? It's not a bad gig,
bro. And they're always tracking, so you're barely even working, bro. What, 80 bags a year or whatever it is, 50 to 80 bags a year.
That's not bad for just like giant Skeletrics. I've just annoyed everyone from TFL. I'm sorry, bro. Don't stop the train if you
that listen to us.
Yeah, I'll take that back.
Nah, like in your heart of hearts, how long did it really take you to start driving a train?
I mean, it's go and stop. It's electric. And you just have to brake at the right time, yeah? And you do the same line all the time. No traffic.
And you got,
maybe a signal failure.
Don't have to worry about change or like giving people like, can I just go one stop?
Exactly. Yeah.
All you got to do is like, please mind clear of the doors.
Could you sit down upstairs? You haven't got to do that.
I'd be sick at the announcements if I drove. If I was train driving, the announcements, I would have that on lock.
Okay. All right. What'd you do?
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? You don't even need to do announcements really on tubes anymore.
Okay, you got the
because they got a. You know the guy at Victoria? They used to have a Jamaican guy at Victoria, bro. He used to be like,
oh yeah, they parked him off quick.
You don't work there no more, bro. It used to be like, yo, driver, run the rhythm. And then
he probably got called into a meeting and we're like, that's all great, Jermaine, but we're gonna have to call that off now, mate. We're gonna put you in Crouch End. They probably did that too, innit?
Why do we suck out the fun out of everything in this country? That man used to bring joy to everybody. The amount of videos
Smile
people
on
record
someone's
of
face, innit?
I mean, we're saying that he might have just got a better job.
I hope he did. Yeah, I hope he did.
I hope he did rather than And then, but then there'd be other ones that'd be like, oh, ladies and gentlemen, remember life isn't all that bad. All of this, and he'd be like, oh, cool, this is fun, innit?
Yeah, they should do that, man.
But we love to devoid everything of personality here, innit?
Yeah.
Until it's just like something.
Before we finish this episode, okay, can we do one reaction to patron stuff? I don't know if what you've got on the app and that, because we need to do a little bit of that just to give our patrons some love.
We were even that far gone.
Yeah, man. Listen, it flew away. Starters, shout out to Kimbo Gruff who sent us over those t-shirts designs. Sorry that we didn't see it straight away, but there was one that you like, innit, Kae? The fat tire you one.
I like the one that said fat tire. If it didn't result in us getting sued, we'd use it.
Yeah, man. I mean, sneakily, I feel like we could do a small amount of these. Right, what have we got here? Leadership. We already spoke about that. A couple people talking about the Apple situation.
What? Because their phones are shit.
No, the apple, eating an apple from the bar.
Oh, me eating an apple. Sorry, this is how Apple. Bruv, like, oh yeah, someone messaged me on Twitter because they had basically Michael Owen was like he was throwing apple cores into the bin near his TV.
Yeah.
And this was when he was younger, and his mum would like get vexed when he missed. So when he'd score, and then someone was like, "Word on the street is Kae Kurd's shook of not getting it in the bin, so he just eats all of it." Let me tell you, yeah, I'm not scared of no challenge, bro. Any challenge. Ali had half a dozen apples. I'm trying to find. Look, a lot of the comments. What's funny enough is we've actually ticked them off. Talking about them on the show. There's a lot of people spoke about race issues, spoke about Kae and politics, spoke about loads of stuff. Brogan said, I can't diagnose ADHD, but as someone with ADHD, Kae, I confirm you have it too, and you're going through ADHD hyperfocus with the Harry Potter game. Stop. Listen, Brogan. Don't do that. Is ADHD hyperfocus?
No, don't let that happen to you, Kae. Don't see what you've done, Brogan. Listen, yeah? Look, I understand there's a rise in diagnosis. I get it. It's a spectrominal thing. I don't know if spectrominal is a word, but it's good. It's a spectrum, right? I get it. So you can have a graze of ADHD. Like I could have a graze of dyslexia or a graze of dyspraxia.
I'll
whatever
be real
like
with
that,
you,
yeah?
bro. I'll be real with you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think I have it, but here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Someone sent me like a diagnosis thing to do.
Yeah.
And I said I'll do it later.
Yeah.
Still haven't done it.
So what does that mean? Is that the first thing on it? Have you been given this and not done it for 3 weeks?
No, do you know what it was? It just it looked so overwhelming. It was like pages and pages of stuff, right? And I was just like, but I'll do this another time, and I haven't got around to doing it at the time. So for me, I'll go through, I don't know.
What would you do if you did this test though, and it just said you absolutely haven't got ADHD? How would you feel?
I'm like, cool.
All right.
But I'm still quite successful without the diagnosis. So if I got a diagnosis and it said I've got ADHD, and they gave me like some pill that baby, and I was like, right, like this is what you man are going through.
Yeah. So could you imagine there was a multiverse, right, where 10 years ago you got diagnosed and you got on the medication? Well, how that might have changed things now. Could have changed your whole style of comedy. Could have changed your writing. Could have changed your opportunities. Could have changed your energy on stage. Could have changed everything. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, my point is I've had loads of conversations off pod about this, and I'm not qualified to like give that information or chat, but like people forget the positives sometimes that can come out of the back of these sorts of things. Like you're very ADHD. Why are we even calling you it? Like your very alleged ADHDness. Yeah, he's looking at the camera. Your alleged ADHD.
I'm on the wrong side of the room, so I don't even know which camera.
He's looking at that. He looks in the wrong. I was like, where's he looking? Your alleged ADHDness could be the whole magic behind the Kae Kurd. That could be the reason you talk over me all the time on the podcast. That could be the reason you chop and change between subjects at a rate that we can barely keep up with ourselves. No, but like this is what could make the energy you want. Crowd work. That could give your energy and crowd work. Hypothetically, I'm just saying like that, or the fact that I struggle with the written word is maybe why I've leaned more into audio and why I went in a radio direction or a DJ direction. So
you would have been a spoken word artist rather than an actual poet.
That's what I would have been. clap.
Man said, the written word is not for me.
Yeah.
My tradition is oral.
There you go. But like, you know, because I'm someone who's like very badly dyslexic, right? I talk about it like that, but I don't really get into it because it's just a fact of life and I crack on with it. I understand everyone deals with everything differently, but I think sometimes you need to be careful because sometimes I feel personally that could be your superpower in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like look at
your bad spelling is your superpower.
There we go. I was saying ducking before the iPhone was saying ducking, yeah? Or I can read your message that says ducking and I know what that means, bruv. Like we oughta. But you know, or there's people that have quirks to them like, you know, well, like hyper focus.
ADHD, and he just won I'm a celeb, so
I don't know.
People loved him for it.
Yeah, there you go. Like
if he didn't have ADHD, would it have made him as lovable? Exactly.
Or there's people like Francis Bourgeois and stuff like that loves his trains. Look at him, he's flipping celebrity, and he talks about how he tried to fit in, and he was doing all this stuff. It didn't feel great for him. He started showing his love for trains with a wacky camera on his face, and there you go. He's doing all right in life.
Yeah, man. Just so.
But not every time.
Message for this year is be you.
Do you? What about next year? What should we do it now? Because I feel like at Christmas it'd be cliche.
Next year we're gonna brand. We're rebranding into an anti-woke podcast.
Oh yeah,
that's what we're doing
for the numbers. Yeah, we're gonna say nice things in the worst way possible, in a hope to hit even more viral things.
Next year we're going fully anti-woke.
Yeah.
You lot are joking about it on the Patreon, calling me a Tory.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go fully into. Let's just lean into it.
Wow. Kae's like he wants to go.
Me and Marcus are gonna go full like self-hate, like we'll hate on ourselves, on and we'll say the only reason we're getting any sort of traction is because of our race. and that sort of stuff.
You can't say anything anymore nowadays. That's going to be one of our things. You can't say anything more anymore.
You can't
nowadays.
say anything anymore nowadays, except in my book, which is out on Amazon right now.
Woe betide me.
Yeah,
It's called Woe betide me.
Do you know what I don't like about that sort of stuff? It's all that victim mentality that they're complaining about, and then they make themselves the victim.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've gone on for too long. This has been great. You know where to find us. By the way, if you've enjoyed this, go and subscribe to the YouTube. Press a like on the button. Put a notification bell on as well, so when the videos come out, you can go and watch it. It just helps us as well.
And I'll tell you what. Do one thing as well. Here's one thing all listeners can do. This don't cost you anything. Yeah. Don't do a massive group broadcast. Pick one friend. Yeah. One friend. Send them the link to the podcast and say, listen, you need to sub to this podcast. Not be submissive, subscribe, but like you need to subscribe to this podcast. Just one friend. Do that for us. Just one friend.
I like submissive though.
Let's continue that on the podcast, on the Patreon episode. If you want to join that on Apple Podcast, you can press more of a clue, or you can click the link in the description. You get all the shows without ads, and you get them early as well, including us talking about sub stuff. It's about to get freaky.